Hello, I'm Rob. Welcome back to Leadership, Life, and Legacy. If you find value in these conversations, hit like and subscribe. That way you'll know when new content drops. Today, I want to talk about something that's been at the heart of my journey since day one. It's the power of relationships and networking. In a world obsessed with speed and scale, it's easy to overlook the quiet force that drives real transformation. That force is our relationships. You see, networking is not transactional. It's relational. It's not about collecting contacts or building up your LinkedIn database. It's about cultivating trust. The most meaningful opportunities I've encountered didn't come from a big conference with high-profile people in attendance or from an opportunity to serve on a prestigious advisory board. They came from conversations, shared values, and a mutual respect that was built over time. Relationships are the infrastructure of leadership. They're how we learn, how we grow, and how we navigate complexity. Whether mentoring a rising leader, collaborating across silos, or simply listening with intent, every connection is a chance to build something lasting. In my experience, the best strategic moves are born from human-to-human interaction. For instance, a well-timed introduction, a shared story, a moment of vulnerability. These are the sparks that ignite innovation, resilience, and legacy. Think about it. Technology changes, business models evolve, strategies come and go, but what never loses its value? The strength of the relationships we've built. As I shared earlier, networking to me has never been about collecting contact database or building a list of big names. It's about cultivating trust. Trust is foundational for any relationship to prosper. Over the course of my life, the most meaningful opportunities in my career, the ones that stretched me, shaped me, and sustained me, they didn't come from my resume. They didn't come from a pitch deck that I assembled. They didn't come from a perfectly timed introduction or a polished elevator speech. They came from conversations, from moments when values aligned and trust was earned, from someone looking me in the eye and saying, "I'm with you. I've got your back. Let's do this together." They came from courage, the kind that challenges your thinking, that tells you what you need to hear, not necessarily what you want to hear. Here's the challenge. We live in a world that moves really fast. Meetings stack up, emails flood in, AI pushes us to automate, accelerate, and optimize. Our boards of directors, they want to see measurable growth and return on investment. I could go on, but I know you understand this. Yet, connection does the opposite. It slows us down just enough to be intentional. It reminds us that leadership isn't about the systems we build, it's about the people we serve. That's how we build resilience. That's how we lead with empathy. That's how we leave a legacy that lasts longer than any quarterly report. Let me give you an example. Years ago, I was part of a major transformational effort. Technology shifts were front and center, the pressure was intense, the risks were high, and the timelines were brutal. What made the difference wasn't the code or our cloud strategy. It was the connections between people. It was the trust built in those late night conversations, those hallway chats where someone said, "I know this is tough, but we've got this." The laughter that reminded us we are still human, even in the middle of a storm. That's what carried us through. Here's the remarkable thing. Many of those same people are still in my life today. Not because of the project we delivered, but because of the relationships we built. To further illustrate this point, recently, the significant other of one of my former direct reports reached out just to say hello and see how I was doing. Relationships often transcend our professional realm. They touch us in personal ways. I've shared this before. The most important titles I have are husband and father. In order for me to be a successful CIO, I need to be my best as a husband and a father. This concept is foundational for me. As such, I invest in what I feel will always be my most precious asset, the people in my life. So Anne, thank you so much for checking in, for sharing photos of your boys on their first day of school, and for asking simply, "Rob, how are you doing?" So here's my challenge to you. At your next meeting, your next coffee break, your next hallway moment, don't just exchange information, exchange intention. Ask better questions. Be fully present. Invest in your people, not just for what they do today, but for who they're becoming tomorrow. At the end of the day, relationships are not a side note to leadership. They're the bridge between life and legacy. Thanks for joining me today. I'll catch you on another episode of Leadership, Life, and Legacy.